Hello, Leo, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of December 3rd through 16th, 2024. This is a reading if you are Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising, or have another significant Leo placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. If you want to book a reading with me, or if you want to know about my other services, please check the description box below for more information about what I do. And I do right now I am having a special on tarot readings for the holiday season. We can get gift cards and then apply it whenever you would like, or get one for somebody else. So do check that out in the description box below. You can also follow me on Instagram at transition.life.coaching. I do a daily tarot reading over there, and we also have a little community where we talk about different things. We will talk about different, usually spiritual coaching topics, sometimes the current astrology and messages I'm getting and things like that. So yeah, if you're interested in any of that, check the description box below. Okay, so let's dive into your reading. We are dealing with a Mercury and a Mars retrograde. Mercury retrograde will be ending on the 15th, but the post-shadow period will run until about January 3rd. So we are also going to be having a full moon in Gemini on the 15th, and we did have a recent new moon in Sagittarius that was pretty potent. So yeah, a lot of us are really reevaluating like where we want to go. Sagittarius is Jupiter energy, and this is really making us think about where we want to expand. But with all these retrogrades, we need to kind of go back and think about things. Now, Neptune has moved direct will be moving direct actually as of around the 6th, 7th of December. In fact, that's a period of time where, like I said, Mars goes retrograde and Neptune goes direct. So there's some weirdness that's going on around there that we should be aware of. Now, if I look at your reading, yeah, you seem to be focused on what your joy is. I mean, you've literally got 2 cards of joy in your first house. So you are really interested in what makes you happy. This is where you want to present yourself. You want to present yourself as the most joyful manifestation of you. Okay, and your focus needs to be on what it is that really you want to do, and not on either what other people think you should be doing or what you, or what you think is what society expects of you. I mean, this is about you focusing on yourself. There's been some things with money recently. I mean, I feel like money's been coming in and then going out just as fast. And with Saturn return here, there's a need for correction. It may be that, we have certain financial things that we would love to have a quick fix for, but it's like, no, we have to kind of go through the process and, and just, take the practical steps, look at the reality of a situation, especially if you do have a situation where money's just kind of been flowing in and out. You may be asked to make certain corrections, not only with regard to finance, but maybe with regard to what we value as well. If I look at the opposite 8th house of joint finance and also transformation, you have the Buckle of Isis with the Moon card. Yeah, this is saying that sacrifices that you make to satisfy your soul, this is the Soul card, are what are going to be required of you at this point, and they're sacrifices that will be rewarded. But right now, it may feel like there's a lot of change going on, and maybe right now all you want to do is hide in your blanket fort. But really, the work that you're putting in right now is definitely going to be rewarded. Yeah, there could be some discussion here. You've got the 3rd house. There's something here. Taurus indicates something going on around money. Now, if you're in your own business, that may explain why. But this could just be about messages that have to do with something where you've had to be very patient. And Thoth has to do with getting what is yours, or, there's a strong legal vibe to this or a fairness vibe to this. So I feel like that's part of the equation here. This could also be something that's coming in for you at the right time. Okay, sometimes Thoth has a lot to do with divine timing. Do remember that this is Mercury retrograde, so things can be very screwed up in terms of things that you're waiting on. This is interesting. In your 4th house of your home, like this is where you live. This could also have to do with family stuff. Okay, something's really going to test you here in this area. Now, again, I don't know if this is like you're thinking about renewing a lease, and maybe this is like a crisis in your mind. I also don't know if this has to do with a specific family situation or a situation with somebody's mother. Again, that's just the elements of this house, and this is a general reading. So any one of those things might apply here. You can decide how it applies. But this definitely indicates an ordeal that will be solved in time. But there's a shakeup. You've got Uranus here. Uranus is almost like the Tower card in the tarot deck. And this kind of like, this really can, this basically is like really breaking down false structures so that we can rebuild them based on truth. And I just feel like whatever things have been built on, again, whether it means you're staying in a particular place or whether it means that you are adopting a certain way of thinking about things, or I don't know, if there's been family pressure for things, the fact that I'm seeing part of fortune up here, there's going to be something that's really pushing you towards this and making you decide that, I don't know, repeating past patterns is not the way to go for you. I mean, you are definitely being called to shake things up here. Now, as far as, okay, what do I want to look at next? Yeah, let's look at the job and career here next. Okay, so with regard to job, I mean, there definitely seems to be an element of stability here, well, okay, we're seeing something again about money here, but we've got this unexpected card. So it does make me wonder if there's some kind of twist and turn with regard to finance with a job or how stable a job is. It just seems like there may be some changes coming that you don't expect. And it's interesting because I remember when I was looking at this initially, just looking at the cartouche cards, was I was saying, like, this seems to be centered around a woman for some of you. There's a woman who's this change is centered around. And you have it with solar eclipse. So this is a card of revolution. I mean, this is a card of, again, major change and major shakeup. We're seeing this in your two opposite, your 4th and 10th houses. So I don't know. There is something here that's about to change with your career or your job in a big way. And you may be being woken up to something that's calling for revolution. I mean, it's not the first time I feel like I've seen this for you, Leo. But I feel like, yeah, you are definitely being taken on a new pathway here, and it's not going to be what you're expecting. But again, you have to remember that when we get called on new pathways, these changes that we're making, we may kind of want to run away from them, but we are also being pushed towards what our joy is. So whatever changes you make, I feel like your work is you're being moved in a direction that is, I don't know. I feel like we're being called to think about what you value. Okay, think about what it is that you value, and money is not everything. Okay, I feel like that's kind of part of the message here. Money is not everything, although I don't necessarily see that money is a problem, but just that, there's changes you are being called to make right now. And this may be why there may be some of these issues around money here. I mean, there's something karmic about this. There's something else you're being called to do. Okay, so let's look at your 9th house of expansion. That's Sagittarius. So that's, could be long distance travel, could be higher education, going back to school, could be spirituality, anything to do with your freedom and independence. Okay, so you have Lotus with air. So for some people, this could be travel, because air is definitely having to do with travel. Some people could be taking a long journey. Some people, this could be writing and so forth too. So maybe there is schooling. Okay, all of this is possible. But air is also very strong mental energy. So I think you may be thinking very hard about where it is you want to go and what you want to do. But Lotus is also telling you to be calm. Like, I think you want to approach your future from a centered place. You don't want to be, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of analysis going on here. Like, the mind is running in 8 million different directions. And what you really need to do is calm the mind, because when you calm the mind, you're calm enough to be able to hear what your own inner voice is trying to tell you, or if you have spirit guides, what your spirit guides are trying to tell you. I think you are being called towards expansion, and your thoughts are moving in trying to make a plan for that, but it does require you to be, allow yourself to be quiet and in your center so you can really see what the path forward is for you. Yeah, oh gosh, in your 11th house, your Aquarius house, yeah, Pluto's in Aquarius here. Yeah, surprising, right? You've got Ta. This is around work, and you've got this card of transformation here. So, yeah, you are really being pushed to make changes here. And again, there's this idea that friends or friendly associations are going to help you in some way with this transformation. I mean, you seem to be a very hardworking person. You're very practical. Even though you're a fire sign, you're still very practical and very grounded. But there's definite major transformation in terms of your destiny, in terms of where you're going, which is another 11th house thing. And with Pluto there, this is definitely saying, you are being shown the underside, maybe the icky shadow side of something, so that it, and again, next to this revolution card, all of this having to do with work. I don't know, something's bubbling over, and it is really pushing you towards what your I'm going to say what your destiny is. I don't necessarily like that term, because I don't think we necessarily all have a destiny per se, but wherever you are right now, it's not where you're supposed to be. Like, you're really being pushed towards something new. And yeah, what's happening in your 12th house here is you are overanalyzing things. You've got the Virgo card here. So you are, you're trying to make a plan, but you're worrying to death about everything. And this is a house of self-doubt. So, but you will overcome that, and you're capable of overcoming it. There's a need to kind of fly above here and see the big picture. And again, you may be worried about the clarity of a situation. You may want perfect clarity before you move ahead, and you have to understand that sometimes we just have to take a risk and do what feels right to us. Okay? So yeah, you really need to let the mind stranglehold. And also the routine. I feel very strongly that you're not really in the mode right now to want to get out of your routine, but you're being called to do just that. Okay, you're being called to get out of that. Yeah, overall you have Crook and Flail, which is like you need to move up. You need to be confident. You need to step into your own power with this card. And with Neptune, this means making a sacrifice. Okay. But again, I feel like our intuitive knowledge is telling us more than maybe even what we see in front of us. Although I have a feeling what you see in front of you is also, a thing. But no, the focus needs to be on you and what your joy is. This is telling you that that's where you need to be focused. Okay, so let's look at relationships and so forth. Okay, doesn't look like a whole lot's going on right now. There could be a friendship that might eventually grow into something. Or there'll be somebody you meet in your social network. But at the moment, we've got the void moon with Osiris. So I just feel like right now, there's not a whole lot of opportunities right now. Right now, you're just trying to find stability, trying to get on your feet. I feel like the career thing is more front and center right now, and that as you expand your social network, this will come in time. Okay, Earth suggests to me, like there's this kind of slow but steady growth of something, and that when you do get into a relationship, it will be that kind of a thing. It can also indicate potentially a business partnership with somebody as well, being that we have this kind of Earth, this kind of very financial thing. And for somebody who's already married, I don't know if you have a spouse who makes a lot of money, but there could be, an expanding of your social network there as well within your relationship. Or it could be that the two of you are, spending, focused on practical things, but maybe you're also going to be spending some time with friends. So if you're already married, then that's probably the sense of it. Okay, so let's pull a Norse rune for you here to see what else we have. Okay, yeah. Okay. Your rune here, Cancer, is Odila, which is the rune of separating paths, okay? So you are definitely being called to make a separation. I feel for a lot of you, this has to do with a job, work, or something in your daily routine. And for a lot of you, the fact that I'm seeing Saturn return in the second house makes me think that it has a lot of this is around money and your attitude towards money. And again, wherever that's come from. The fact that I'm seeing the challenges in the fourth house make me think that maybe this is challenging. This is an upset in terms of something that's connected to family or tradition or something like that. Like you're being tested in a certain way. And this just tells me that, things are going to be fine with time, okay? Things may feel like they're upset, there's an upheaval right now. But you really do need to put the work in here, and you do need to make a break from something, because making that break is definitely going to take you into a new place. Let me pull a second rune. I don't normally do this, but let's just see what else comes up. Oh, yeah, Hagelhaz. So, yeah. there's going to be a separation here, and it is definitely a disruption. Like there's a major disruption to your routine here. But again, your guiding lights here are that your personal joy and happiness are front and center. Okay, number one. And number two, that the transformation is going to come from somewhere. I feel like this is going to be you aligned with somebody in your social network. It could be somebody who's a personal friend. It could be somebody who's a business contact, or somebody that you know through that through networking. Somebody's going to be showing you, the way forward, okay, or is going to help you make that transformation. And you need to put the work in yourself, and you need to recognize that this transformation is happening. Because again, you've got Pluto, you've got Uranus, you've got Urias card here, you've got the solar eclipse card. I mean, there's definitely like a revolution going on here. And everything that's happening right now that I think may feel uncomfortable or unpleasant is, and with Hagalaz, I mean, yeah, this is also a tower rune. I mean, it's like, it is definitely suggesting that the disruptions going on right now are meant to bring you to your joy, okay? Now, that may seem a little abstract right now, and I think you're worried about that too, with Virgo in the 12th house. But yeah, you have a very material focus here. Virgo, we have Taurus. Let's see, you've got your Ta up here, and in your job sector, you've got Earth Element card. You've got Hathor, which if you're a woman looking at this reading, Hathor can also indicate that you're just somebody who's just very efficient and very organized. But although I do feel in this case there is a woman specifically involved here. Yeah, I mean, there's all of this kinds of things, and you really don't want any of this disrupted right now. But really, it's. I think the longer you wait to make the change, the more dramatic the upset's going to be. So yeah, so definitely, you are being told that stepping into your power and making a change, this is going to be the thing this is what you're literally being called to do right now. It's like the Titanic is sinking and you need to jump off of it. You need to get into the lifeboat. Don't wait around and go, what'll happen if I stay on board? It's like, that's just what it feels like for some of you. Again, this might be I feel like mainly with respect to job or career. For some of you, this could be about something else. And of course, this could be a very specific message for somebody too, but I'm definitely seeing the strong energy that you are being called to transform, and it is telling you that the work you're doing to transform, you're not going to regret. So I do hope this reading was helpful, Leo. If you did find this reading helpful, I was going to say if you enjoy it, and I don't know how much you enjoy hearing that, but if you did find this reading helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about future videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.